Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we're here today to talk about the JBP. Y'all know how we do. We get caught up on a few episodes once we get them under our belt. Not gonna lie. I am here to bitch and complain. That is what I do, and that is what I am here to do because my favorite pod is struggling, you guys. I don't know if you guys think so or not, but I have not been enjoying. I just haven't. But let's start from, we're going to work our way back a little bit because I literally just finished watching the Rewind, the JBP Rewind with Ish and Joe, and it was cool. It was long as shit. What was it, like an hour and 22 minutes, something like that? And why was it that long, you guys? Because Ishmael does not know how to be quiet. Antoine just be talking and talking. And it's like, dude, they ask you one question and you just veer off. Let me give you an example. And not to mention, it take him 5 minutes to actually start speaking. So you ask Ish a question and then he got to sit there for a second. He got to take his breaths and everything and make it seem like everything he's about to say is so deep. And it's like, dude, just talk. Come on, just talk. And just answer the question. My biggest problem with Rewind is, again, I'll say they ask the same exact questions, just reworded. And it becomes very awkward where the people, there's not been one episode. I didn't watch the one with Imani and what's her name? But the ones that I've watched so far, there's not been one episode where somebody hasn't said on there, we just answer that. Or, because it's the same shit reworked. And it's like, whoever's doing these questions, do better. Do better. It's not a bad show. It's just do better. This one was really, really messy because, they were asking Joe and Ish about their love, hate, relationship. And we know that Joe just really tries to get under Ish's skin a lot. That's his thing. That's his shit. And it's funny because Ish allows it. That's kind of really all the episode was about. Like I said, they just kept reworking the same questions about them and their relationship and if Ish feels valued, etc. And like I said, Ish would go on tangents and talk for a very long time. It was just at one point he was talking so much that I just zoned out where I was just like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, and let me just go ahead and click out of here. So I did. And then I just had to come back later. But let's go back to the problem that I have with the pod right now. And that's going to be something that I just said before, and it's not gotten better, it's gotten worse. And that would be the amount of guests that he's having. It pisses me off so much. And I don't think it would piss me or others off as much if Joe had not come out the gate saying this is not an interview podcast. Like, I don't like to interview. And that's really what you're giving us on Patreon. So I know I've said it before, but I really am going to do it now. I actually had my finger on the button to stop the Patreon and didn't do it. But now we just had, they had Eric Bellinger, and I don't know. I mean, I heard the name. I don't know anything that he sings or does or whatever. I don't care about him. I don't want to hear him. And not only do they have so many guests on here, but they have them on here for a long time. Like, they don't just have guests for an hour and then we get a 2-hour pod. No, they have guests on for 2 hours. Then we get a 1-hour pod or a half an hour pod. It just depends. And yeah, that's not what I'm paying to see. I don't care about these people. So I'm fast forwarding and it's bullshit. And then they had Duran. I fast forwarded past that because in my opinion, you guys, Duran, he's not my cup of tea. I don't have an issue with him, but he's just very silly. Very, very silly. And I don't know how old he is, but I mean, he likes to have fun and that's cool. I don't know if you guys saw the clip where him and a interviewer were on the red carpet, and I can't remember, damn it, who was it that turned around, an actress, a boss lady actress. I hate that I can't remember who it was, but she turned around and was like, I am doing an interview here. Like, they were so loud and so obnoxious on the red carpet that she had to be like, I'm doing an interview here. And see, if Joe and them would do their research, that's something that they could have asked about. So I believe Duran went on to Pour Minds after that, and they asked him about that. I hate the interviews because they don't prepare. Joe, even if he knows that they're coming, he doesn't prepare because the type of questions he asks them is just stupid. It's stupid. And then when they answer, he'll just say something like, "Oh, okay. Oh, that is really okay. So you grew up off of R&B." And it's like, dude, do some fucking research if you are really going to have these people here. Not to mention the fact that he don't ask any questions that people want to know. Like, I understand you not wanting to make your guests uncomfortable, but the fuck are they here for? If you're just here promoting, like, I'm just so sick of social media constantly trying to sell us things, and his pod has become that way, and it's just very irritating. So there's that. Again, we had the two people there that I don't care about. Then we have, oh, you guys, I want to mention Keno has been doing plates and stuff without what's his girl's name? Edith? Edith, such an old name, but I do think that's her name. So did they break up? We don't know. We gotta see. And I am not hoping that, and you know what? That's a lie. Keno's a dick. So yeah, I really do hope Edith, even though I don't know her, I don't know that I care about her. But I mean, you know, ladies just deserve better. So if he's a dick and Keno's a dick, then get away from Keno. So if they broke up, good for her. Then let's go back to the rerun real quick. And one thing that they discussed as well was Joe was trying to tell Ish that them getting up, going to the bathroom during the show is unprofessional. He didn't use the word unprofessional, I guess, because that's B-Dot shit. And people take it so personal, but it's true that they are unprofessional. So he's telling him, he's like, the next pod, look and see how many times Mark gets up and goes to the bathroom. And it's just sitting there arguing with him like, you know, it's 7 of us and we all have different times. And Joe's whole point was, then we stop. You can't stop in the middle of a conversation. Yeah, you can. You know, you can. Call cut. Go to the bathroom. Nobody's saying that you have to sit there and hold it. But no, the shit looks terrible, you guys. The shit looks terrible. And not only do they get up and walk during the podcast, they walk clear across the right in front of the damn camera. I mean, and again, Mark does it more than anyone. Joe gets up sometimes, so does Ish gets up a lot, you know, Flip. They all kind of get up a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen Mona get up in the middle of a pod, maybe once, and Ice, I don't think Ice ever gets up in the middle of a pod, even though, let's talk about Ice, you guys. Behind the scenes, Ice can't shut the fuck up. And on the pod recently, Ice can't shut the fuck up. And the bad thing about that is because we don't care about Ice. Like, we don't care about what he's talking about. So that's a problem. But on the behind the scenes where they were talking about the Drake thing, him and Imani kind of get into it because Ice, and here's the thing, Joe, it starts from Joe. Joe treats Imani like shit. But he says in, I think it was yesterday's pod, that he owes Imani, he feels a certain kind of loyalty, and like he owes Imani and Parks. And my thing is, you don't treat Imani that way. Like, you treat Parks like he's valuable, but you treat Imani like shit. And therefore, because you set that standard, the rest of them do. We already know, sorry guys, we already know that Mark treats him like shit. But then behind the scenes, you have Ice telling Imani that, you know, yeah, you can go and listen to it. We don't need to talk about, you know, your opinion of it. And he's like, we already talked about it. And Imani's like, well, I didn't talk about it. And he's like, well, nobody asked your opinion. Like, just being super shitty to him. And I was happy when Imani popped right back off. Like, yo, I have my own platform. Get one. I like that shit. And he's like, because you're trying to be smart. And Ice, no, it wasn't. Yes, you was. Yes, you were. And you're an ass. You guys, I don't know how Ice's girlfriend deals with him, because not only is he an ass, he talks too much. Ice must have a lot of money. He must be doing all right for himself. And I'm just gonna leave it there. But what was the other thing? B Dot came back to talk about Drake, and they did a whole goddamn episode about Drake, which irritated me because I don't give a shit about Drake. But I knew it was coming. That's their shit. Fine. However, the way that they were just like, oh my God, this is the greatest, this is the greatest. And the couple of things that I saw were not the greatest. Didn't sound good. It sounded not like his rapping, and the stuff that he was saying just sounded very juvenile and very ABC-ish. So for them to be like, oh my God, he could rap, he's really rapping. I'm just like, why don't they just say, and now it's, oh, we knew he was going to do well, this and that, when before it was he needs to take a break and he may not be able to recover. And my whole thing is just say that you like whoever is hot at the time. Like, just say you're going to be on whoever is hot at the time. When it was Kendrick, you were all over Kendrick. And now that Drake has come out with some shit, now Drake is the best thing since sliced bread. Like, seriously. It's ridiculous. Let's see. I got Ish Talk Too Much. Ice Need Money. Durant. Flipping Parks, you guys, on the last episode or the episode before that, because Flip wasn't on the Drake episode. B Dot was there. And y'all, they really don't fuck with B Dot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But they really don't fuck with B Dot. And that's just plain and simply put. But yeah, Flip said something, and then Parks was about to talk, and Flip was just like, he's talking over me just like you, Parks, just like you just did. And Parks don't be paying Flip no attention, because we know that Parks is really snippy. So if you get under Parks' skin, he's gonna have a rebuttal. Like, he's gonna have to say something, because he's just a typical him. But he just didn't even pay no attention to what Flip said. But I was still happy that Flip said it, because fuck Parks. And I was happy when Joe told him recently as well, Joe's about to say something, and Parks just stepped all over. He just talked literally right over him. And Joe said, go ahead, Parks. I ain't saying nothing. He fanned his hand away. And then Parks said, okay, go ahead. You go ahead. And I'm just like, yeah, call him out on this shit, because he does it so often. They all do it. Him and Ice, again, very blatant, very ridiculous. And Mark as well. Mark has not been there, or he wasn't there the last one. Yeah, he wasn't there the last one for Durant. Or that was just a Patreon because Imani was there. But I was actually happy that Mark wasn't there, because you guys, Mark is getting on my nerves. And y'all know he was my fave. How many times I got to say that? He was the good doctor. He was my fave. But Mark is annoying. He's annoying as shit now. All that screaming he be doing for no reason. I'm not going to make fun of his stuttering or whatever, but I just need for him to get that shit out. And I just need him to sit down somewhere. I need for him to stop complaining about being sick all the time. I just need for Mark to just sit there and pod. You could tell jokes. That's fine. And then, low-key, I've been happy because Joe been on his ass. And Mark don't really want to... He get back at Joe a little bit, but not as much as he could. So... yeah, so watching Mark get a little bit, a little taste of his own medicine has been cool with me. You guys, that's it. All I want to say is we know why Mona isn't there, right? Like, we know that her contract was up, and now she's just there during some of the show. She wasn't there because of, them discussing Drake, and she would have been just sitting there. But yeah, she's not there because I guess, I don't know if they're still working on a contract or what the case may be, but they need Mona back. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They need Mona back. They need her because Flip, you guys, Flip is comfortable again. Flip is back in his bag where he's talking a lot. He's being nerve-wracking as shit with the songs. And again, I'll say, if the songs made sense that he was just blurting out, if they went along with the conversation, it would be funnier. But him just blurting out a random song that has nothing to do with nothing is very irritating. But that's neither here nor there. Sometimes he gets some stuff off, but half the time you can't understand what the fuck he's trying to say. And I don't know. I'm not enjoying the pod, you guys. I'm not. I'm just not even gonna lie. What do you guys think? I mean, those of you that love Drake and all that or whatever, you probably have been loving the pod. Not so much. I just be waiting on the next day and hoping it's better. So, what today is Tuesday, we got the rewind. We get a Wednesday pod, don't we? I think. And I just be hoping that the next day is gonna be better. And I can't wait to see Mona on there again. That's it. But all right, you guys. If you are still here, you are the real MVP, because I just talked about a bunch of nothing. It's fine though, because you guys be out within the first 5 minutes, so there's that. But if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you be part of the Beautiful People family. Like the video, you guys, and subscribe. We are trying to get to a certain number, and that number is 705. I'm just kidding. No, we're trying to get to 1,000, of course, but baby steps. It's fine. I've literally been at like 700 forever. But yeah, consistency. I got to be more consistent, and at some point I'll be able to do more with the editing and stuff. But you guys, I work a full-time job, a mom, I'm tired, all that. So we do what we can right now. But like the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.